is how a soul sounds when you want to escape the parameters of your situation. Let me hear it again. That's in that man sitting next to you. That's in that woman right behind you. That's in your sister to the left. That's what's going on in this choir stand back here. That's what's happening on the praise team. You may not see my lips moving, but my soul is saying. It is to have this opportunity to just expose you to what all the nation is talking about. In fact, other nations are getting this material on instinct. I want to share with you something. Lion's lair. Where do lions go when the battle is over, when the fighting is over? Where do they refurbish themselves? Where do they strengthen themselves? The lion's lair is a message of direction that will help you not only to accomplish your conquests, but then how to refurbish yourself for what's next. Take a look at this and prepare your heart. Where we started our battle. Transitions are important. Nobody teaches you how to transition. How do you transition from being single to being married, from being a renter to being an owner, to go from being a taker to being a giver? There are no classes on how you leap from being an employee to an entrepreneur. People are trying to figure this out right now. It is clear by Gates' cage that every trainer knows that domestication isn't a natural phenomenon. Domestication is not a natural phenomenon for the lion, whose wild nature precludes him from ever being comfortable in the cage. Yet even though his instincts are for the wild, he has to overcome the abusive background that has been his home. His instincts are for the wild, but he has to overcome the abusive background that has been his home. Now, I know you don't think it's abusive because you're not a lion. Because from the spectator's perspective, you go to watch the lion for entertainment. But your entertainment, he has been raised in captivity. His background is so abusive.
That I believe is going to challenge you. And did you know that faith is the currency of heaven and praise is the language of faith? Sometimes we need to stir up our faith. Trust me, and I'm going to teach you how to build your faith. You can increase your faith and encourage your faith with the Word of God. Transferable faith. In 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 5, when I call to remembrance the gift of God which is in you through the laying on of hands. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Transferable faith. When you talk about faith, you have to really define what that means biblically, because there's a lot of people, if you ask them, are you a person of faith? They will say, oh yes, I'm a person of faith. I'm not an atheist. I believe in a God somewhere out there. I don't really buy into the Bible stuff, but I believe there is a God. I do believe that. I don't think that it matters how you get to Him. A lot of times people will say they have abstract faith. A faith is, let's not limit Him to, there are many gods potentially, and however you worship, you get to the real God through any religion or vehicle that you try to take.
And somebody benefits from your captivity. Even if the only benefit is for the sake of what they call normal, they like to keep you in a certain little box, and we'll come watch you move around the box and don't do anything different and don't go anywhere else and stay right here in this cage. And all of a sudden you start coming and hearing this old country preacher from West Virginia teaching about instincts, and you dare to believe that you can get out. Touch your neighbor and say, you can get out. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean that it's not. Experiences contradict instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. Experience contradicts instinct. Experiences contradict instinct. You come to church, you get some other stimulus that stirs your instinct to move somewhere that your experiences say that's not for you. Your instincts are calling you.
Us a spirit of fear, but a power and of love and of a sound mind, transferable.